He was a star, but he didn't get far. That's the way of fortune and fame. Yeah, he was funny, made lots of money, but you can't remember his name. And if you see me out on the street, buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. He went to parties and he met starlets, even had a wife or two. Those were the good days, those were the old days, but now those days are through. And if you see me out on the street, buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. It was November or maybe December. She saw him on a TV show. He did a guest spot and then she remembered his name was Hollywood Joe. And if you see me out on the street, buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. Buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. One day she's got a boyfriend, the next day she's engaged, and then she says she's married. Girl, why are you playing these mind games? Love games, head games, brain games, mind benders, brain twisters. She's playing with my mind. I saw her on the street with another guy. Funny, 'cause she told me she didn't want to be in a relationship. Mind games, love games, head games, word games, brain twisters, mind busters. She's playing with my mind. Word quizzes, brain busters, trivia questions, puzzle conundrums, jigsaw puzzles, crossword puzzles, Sudoku, word search. Even though they say she's out of my league, I'm coming up with a plan. I'm gonna change the way I strut my stuff. I'm gonna be a new man. I'll make her homemade ice cream, ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up to make her homemade ice cream. Capers on top, and I'm gonna make her mine with my homemade ice cream. Ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up to make the homemade ice cream. Capers on top, and I'm gonna make her mine with my I was roving on the bog on a misty Irish morning when an Englishman jumped up and shouted, "Ho, top of the morning, row, ho, diddle-hi-yay, fancy free with a hang down low, shave my belly with a rusty knife, and I wake up in the morning, a bottle of rum and a fancy jig, and the road rise up to me, gee, just put another shrimp on the Barbie friend, and I'll be there to greet ye. Row, ho, skilly-doo, whack all day on a toddy-o, with a bottle of rum and a drunken whore, and I go home in the morning. Row, ho, A diddle-I-A, musty Irish morning friend, shitting in a bucket with a drunken whore, and I go home in the morning. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the western side. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody's drinking turpentine. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the woods. Someone shitting on a shingle and it isn't very good. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the western side. Don't look now. The deficit's at an all-time high as carbon emissions fill the sky. And North Korea's firing bombs as political accusations fly. And California just got hit by a swarm of killer bees. And now you tell me there's a fucking global disease. COVID-19, COVID-19. I've been sitting here in quarantine while the nightly news tells deadly tales of COVID-19. COVID-19, COVID-19. Could you spare some hydroxychloroquine? 'Cause I think that I've got COVID-19. COVID-19, COVID-19. Take another shot of Listerine as we raise our glasses high again to COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19. I had sex with Candy Finkelstein in a dream I had about COVID-19. And I can't wait till I'm dead from COVID-19.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Check. Check. Help! 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 Testing, 1, 2, 3. Checking the mic, 1, 2, 2. Falafel. Asparagus. Asparagus. Help! Help! Test. Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be teaching you how to properly reheat leftover foods that have been chilled or coldened. And there's 3 ways to do it. We're going to be using a website called WikiHow, so I want everybody to go to wikihow.com/reheat-frozen or-chilled-food #:, or is that a semicolon, tilde : text, all lowercase, equals uppercase heat %20 liquids %20 and %20 saucy %20 foods. It kind of goes on forever. Maybe you're better off just searching WikiHow and finding reheat frozen or chilled foods. We've got a couple of thank yous here that we want to give out to some subscribers and the like. Well, first off, I want to thank Michelle C. for this cool background pic. Thank you, Michelle C., for the contribution. And I want to thank Masia. This is a fan art that came in a long time ago. I think I'm going to start repeating fan arts. This is very nice. Pretty awesome. And Trooper Gaddy says, Henry, can I reheat my Uber Eats pizza? I'm in a hotel room and don't have a microwave. Ooh. Well, yeah, it sounds like you're in what's called a Super 8. And I think in order to eat any kind of hot food, you're going to have to go down to the community area and heat it up. But we'll cover that. Duza says, Hernie, I have a meeting in an hour. Can we take a break for about 30 minutes? And then, boy, I wish we could. I would take a break for the whole day if I could. But I've always said that if you can't cook, then you can't eat. And so I have to teach you guys how to cook. It wasn't really my choice. It was sort of a calling that I couldn't avoid. Kind of like Mariah Carey has an amazing singing voice. She's not happy about the fact that she has to show up to these performances and give her gift to the world. I've heard that she's very difficult. But she has a gift that was bestowed upon her by the gods, or by God. She needs to use it. And that's the same way that I use my gift for cooking explaining, I guess. So in that way, Mariah Carey and I have a lot in common. Lucy Rectum says, do these tactics apply to humans? My grandma has been out cold for 3 days now, and I'm starting to worry. Are you talking about leftovers? You might need to call 911 on that one. Kairosa says, you could say you're basically Mariah Carey, Henry. Yeah, I'd say basically I am. Parasitosis says, use it or lose it. That's good advice no matter what. Everyone type Forsen asks, what's the number for 911, Henry? I'm not sure. I think it's 311. Counterfeit Bagel says, this stream is going to be great. I have a month-old pasta in my fridge that's gone green. Can't wait to try. Yeah, this is the time to get out that old food that you haven't done anything with for a long time. Okay, so let's take a look at the alerts here. We've got WikiTBH has resubscribed for 6 months. Thank you, WikiTBH, and simply says Forsen. Trooper Gaddy resubscribed, thank you. Irish Drummer Boy resubscribed and says, hello, Henry and users. I know there's a lot of controversy around the use of swearing on this channel, but I've got to say, I fucking love it. Yeah, I fucking love it too, Irish Drummer Boy. We're really living in a great new age where we're not being, shamed for the language that we grew up speaking. My friends and I, when we would walk home from school, we would use the F word, fuck, similar to saying the word You would just sort of say it constantly, like, oh, did you see Mr. fucking Nielsen's chalkboard? He had fucking science stuff written on his fucking chalkboard. I thought that was fucking cool, or whatever. I don't know what the exact conversations were that we had, but it really didn't mean anything harmful, or it wasn't a word that was diminishing any subset of the population. It was literally just just like saying you know, it was a vernacular or maybe a dialect, if you will. Okay, Trooper Gaddy, we talked about that, and then Twitchy Eternal Storms rated. Wow, we got a raid from Twitchy Eternal Storms. Thank you very much, Twitchy, and we appreciate it. Kairosa has resubscribed for 22 months. Thank you, Kairosa, for all that you do. And Husky Boyo, our buddy from over there across the country, who also is an amazing streamer and drawer, has just resubscribed for 21 months. Amazing, thanks. And Bobble Squank resubscribed. So JB's Tech cheered 169 bits and says, I went to work at midnight so I could get home for the stream. I made it the whole way home before it started. Amazing, thank you, JB's Tech. Midnight Faded cheered 100 bits and says, censors can't keep me fucking down. They sure can't. And Pagemaster resubscribed for 6 months saying, my cooking has improved so much since I started watching your streams. Thank you for your culinary genius. Thank you, Pagemaster. That's very nice to hear. And I think that catches us up. Okay, well, let's take a look and see. We've got songs. We've got all kinds of things. Let's check in on my cat, Roast Beef. He's pretty chill at the very moment, on the couch in his blankie, and hopefully he's going to stay there for the entire stream. Uh-oh, he's moving. Okay, he's just adjusting his body so that he gets in a slightly more comfortable position. I think we've all done that. He looks a little bored, maybe a little bit depressed. He is a geriatric cat, and he's getting much older. So he gets older by the minute, as we all do, I guess. But okay. Dage G gifted a tier 1 sub to Rari Teasy. Thank you, Dage G. And thank you, Rari Teasy. Knitnatter says, Henry, my friend Lumizumi is dealing with a strained pongus and has to use their pingus more often. Any advice? I believe the pingus and the pongus are interchangeable. And actually one of the reasons that we have a pingus is so that we don't overstrain the pongus and vice versa. It's a little bit like kidneys, you know. You don't need 2 of them, you just need 1. But anyway. Okay, Parasitosis says, what are your 2 favorite letters of the alphabet? That's pretty good. I'd say W because it's just so unique, you know? I mean, literally every letter in the alphabet is 1 syllable, and then all of a sudden comes W, which is, it's a word. It's not a letter in the alphabet. It's literally a word, W. So, and then the other one, I guess I'd probably say, S, just because it seems kind of fancy. Pepperjack09 says, told my boss this stream is work related and essential so that we can better make use of our lunchroom microwave. Yes, this one is a write-off, you guys. If you do subscribe, you can write it off on your taxes saying that you it was necessary for you to learn this information to be able to better perform work duties and keep your team well nourished. Dubsis says, do you think putting a pizza in a dryer is an effective way to reheat? It's not bad, but it's going to spin around, and I don't know how long you're going to want to leave it in there. Alrighty, everybody. What the Duck resubscribed for 23 months and says, wow, almost 2 years. Yeah, can you believe it? Thanks, Henry. This stream has helped with my crippling depression and also helped me stop swearing in my everyday speech. I haven't said fuck that much since. Oh, wait, I fucked up right now. Fuck. Okay, so it sounds like, first off, it says that the stream has helped with your crippling depression. Do you mean it's helped increase your crippling depression or made it better? It's kind of, you can interpret it two ways. And I'm sorry about that fuck issue. Anonymous gifted 3 tier 1 subs. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you very much. Okay. Lined in the chat, or Lil Ned in the chat says, the Culinary Institute of America gave me 20 credit hours for watching your streams. Wow. That's really cool. I'm really happy to have worked my way into the culinary world. Even though I don't really have formal education, but I have YouTube education, which is just as good. Boss3K says, hi Hernia, I have a cat. I called him Smokey. Do you smoke your food by chance? Yeah, you can, there are things like smoked barbecue, I believe. I don't know if that means they smoke it like you would a cigarette, but people smoke all kinds of things, which is going to bring us to this next song. Thank you, Crazy Mac Attack, and says, hi Henry, roast beef. Love you right back, Crazy Mac Attack. Okay, I'm going to switch up the picture in the background here, and we're going to do a song. Oh yeah, It's Kate gave us a really cool one. This looks to be some kind of a server room. Thank you, It's Kate. Love your work. I'm gonna put on some reverb here. Check, 1, 2. We have a request that came in from Saguaro U. I believe Saguaro, and if Saguaro, if you're out there, let me know if I'm out of line here. I don't want to dox you, because there's been a lot of doxing lately. But by calling yourself Saguaro, does that mean that you live near the Saguaro National Forest in the American Southwest? And I'm not going to say where it is exactly, because I don't want to dox you, but I guess anybody could now Google. But to be fair, it is your name, so... not very much in tune, but let's just get through it. All right, everybody, but this is Saguaro U's request song. It's an oldie but a goodie. This goes back to before my time, I believe. Computer, when did the song Mama Told Me Not to come out?
Mama Told Me Not to Come by Tom Jones, featuring Stereophonics, was released on September 9th, 1999.
That's not what I was asking. Computer, when did Mama Told Me Not to Come by Three Dog Night come out?
Mama Told Me Not to Come by Three Dog Night was released on July 3rd, 2020.
What the... Don't ever trust this stuff. It's bullshit. It's a song from like the 70s or earlier. 2020, come on. If it was from 2020, then that means I must have written it, because I remember singing it before that. Okay, JSBX fan says, Mama shouldn't control what anyone does as an adult, or when anyone comes. Yeah, I don't know if it's being used that way. There was a more innocent time in history where some of these words were used that sound weird to us now. But the sentiment is definitely right. And I don't know, I wonder if the song is being ironic. But I'm going to do the best that I can. It's a party song, so here we go. Want some whiskey in your water, sugar in your tea? What's all these questions they're asking me? This is the craziest party that could ever be. Don't turn on the lights, cause I don't wanna see. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't no way to have fun. No. the window, let some air into this room. I think I'm almost choking from the smell of your perfume. And that cigarette you're smoking, about to scare me half to death. Open up the window, sucker, let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't no way to have fun. Oh, that ain't no way to have fun. Oh, I can feel this place is really rocking. Let's check out roast beef. This party's cranking. The radio is blasting, someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girlfriend, she's passed out on the floor. I seen so many things I ain't never seen before. I don't want to see any more. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. This is our leftovers. That ain't no way to have fun. No, that ain't no way to have fun. No, that ain't no way to have fun. No, that ain't no way to have fun. No. Okay. That song was requested by Sigwaro Ooh. Three Dog Night sang that song. I'm not sure who wrote it. I don't want to ask. But I know that it was probably sung by Chuck Negron, the singer. Great voice. And I believe he's still with us. Not with us here at Henry's Kitchen, but he's with us in the world. All right. What's that? Borsonvin donated $9. Thank you, Borsonvin. And says, damn, you mama jammed that one, Henry. Thank you, Borsonvin. Thank you very much. It felt good. Well, let's do some more music, shall we? We've got some more requests. Let's change the picture. Kala says that she was from a town called Nokia, and this particular picture is from this is a mural by someone named Sebastian something or other. I don't remember, but this is an awesome picture. So let's use it as our background for the next song. Okay. The next request that we have is by Fat Honger. Fat Honger wants to hear the song What's Up, which is a 90s song, so that's going to be a little more in my range. Sebastian Force is what everyone type Forsen says. Munch Hotel says the mural is so tight. Yeah, it is tight. So let's go ahead and do this song called What's Up. This is a 90s song. It portrays 90s angst. 90s angst was the weirdest kind of angst because relatively speaking in the world things were going pretty well. I mean, it was overall a peacetime. There were some skirmishes, but most of the international community was on America's side during those, and we also had what you call a budget surplus, which means that we actually here in the U.S. were bringing in more revenue than we were spending, which hasn't happened since. And it was just sort of JSBX fan. Gulf War wasn't great though. So you're talking about the first Gulf War. Okay, well, no war is great, but I think that was in like 90, and relatively speaking, I mean, I think about 80% of the world community was in favor of that war. But yeah, you're right, it wasn't great. I'm not talking about the one that happened 10 years later, but I just think overall the 90s were generally a time where I don't think people knew how bad it could possibly eventually get. Not to be depressing here, but this particular song is about 90s angst, and as you can see, it brings up real issues, and I think it's important for us to discover them. Mega Gildy says the 90s were great for OJ. Yeah, well, they were great up to a certain point, and then when he was fleeing the police in a white Bronco trying to get to the border so that he could escape being tried for murder, then I think things started going kind of downhill for him. But if you're talking about the era when he was in the the Naked Gun movies. Okay, but either way, we're doing too much. You know, when people say without further ado, we're doing a lot of ado. And my instincts are telling me that we're going to have a lot of work to do. So I want to back off on it. Borsenvin says, my favorite OJ is with Leslie Nielsen. Yeah. Okay. I have ADD, so I keep looking at the comments. Vape Sex Messiah says to Munch Hotel, died R.I.P. Agnell. All right, yeah. No, Leslie Nielsen, you're absolutely right. That was really a hero to me and to so many other people. He was just amazing. Canadian gentleman. First time I ever saw him was on an episode of Columbo, which you can see streaming now, I believe. Okay. JSBX fan says, Linda Perry has done well for herself since Four Non-Blondes. Very cool, yeah. I don't know much about... computer, tell me about Linda Perry. Computer, tell me about Linda Perry.
Linda Perry is an American singer-songwriter, musician, and record producer. She was the lead singer and primary songwriter of Four Non-Blondes, and has since founded 2 record labels and composed and produced songs for other artists, which include Beautiful by Christina Aguilera, What You Waiting For by Gwen Stefani, and Get the Party Started by Pink.
Wow, that's a great song. Okay, cool. Here we go. This song by a young Linda Perry. It says right here, the first line is she was 25 years old. 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. She sang it higher, I think. Realized quickly when I knew I should, the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just to get it all out what's in my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. So I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream to the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I try. Oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution, and I pray. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day for a revolution. And so I cry sometimes when I'm feeling in bed and I get it all I said, hey, what's going on? 25 years and my life is still, wait, come on. 25, it's too low. 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. Well, she did find that destination, and it was becoming a very successful songwriter, earning millions of dollars, I assume. Lucy Rectum says, Henry, when are you releasing a new album? Yeah, I mean, the whole album thing, the bottom kind of fell out of that. I made 4 comedy albums, and then I commissioned Jose Suicidio to make an album. And that was really the end. People don't really buy albums anymore, and the streaming model doesn't really work. It's sort of like you're basically just doing it for fun. And I love doing things for fun, but there's just no time really with all the cooking duties that I have. Dubsis, yeah, Black Hole Sun. Well, we did that one a couple weeks ago, so it's out there somewhere. But if you want to put it in the Discord, I can put it back in the queue and do another one. But I'd have to review the chords and stuff. So I'm going to do one more song here that was requested to us. And thank you, Fat Honger. We really appreciate your contribution to the Discord in terms of requesting songs and such. This is a song that was requested to us, came down the proverbial Discord pike from Phaedrus, who wanted to hear, thanks Dubsis, and Phaedrus wanted to hear this song by a little group I like to call Daryl Hall and John Oates. In fact, that's what they like to call themselves as well. So here we go. This is a song from the 80s, so this is about, the last song had a little bit of more of a feminist message, and this is sort of the opposite. This is typical of the 80s. They were demonizing the feminine gender here, and talking about a woman that came out at night and ate men. Not that people don't exist like that. I think some of my favorite horror movies are about that very subject. But here we go. Without further ado, the song Maneater. Wait, we got a little more ado here. Anonymous tipped $4.20 and says, what John Oates steel cut? That would be an amazing brand for him, actually. Kind of like Paul Newman has his spaghetti sauce, John Oates, steel cut. I love it. Or it would be a great album title for a reunion. Piss Baby says, hey Henry, good to see you. I have a colonoscopy tomorrow. How should I prepare? You've come to the right place, Piss Baby, because we're going to be teaching you how to make food that's left over, which a lot of times can stimulate the colon and get everything out of there. But they also should have given you some type of potion that you're supposed to have that's sort of a fluid that makes everything get out of there. But either way, you want to empty out your colon, and this is one way to do it. Munch Hotel cheered 300 bits and says, please always show the precious baby any chance you get. Oh yeah, and by that we're talking about roast beef. Roast beef really does bring the views, even by doing absolutely nothing. I notice the view count goes up when we put it on roast beef. Right now we have 244 viewers, and it's climbing rapidly. And earlier when it was just me singing it was like 100 or something. So thank you, Roast Beef, for being the view getter on the Henry's Kitchen channel. All right, so we're going to change the background here. Let's find a good Hall & Oates 80s Maneater background. Oh, well this one here. Well, there's quite a few. Why don't we use Michelle C. gave us this one, and I think there was a caption, something about Michelle C's daughter went to Bangkok and took this picture and then is currently in Jakarta. I don't want to dox anybody. I guess it would be probably pretty difficult to find someone with the last name C in Jakarta. But apparently Michelle C says that their daughter just had the best hot bean water at a coffee plantation. That is really awesome. And I assume hot bean water is slang for coffee. Parasitosis says coffee is what my doctors recommend for a colonoscopy. Yeah, that's right. Dufton says, I know someone whose last name starts with C. I wonder if they're related. They could be. You never know. But we're going to do the song Maneater by Hall & Oates in just a second here. I want to make sure you can see me and hear me. Check. See and hear me. Okay. I'm going to do this in the Jose Suicidio octave as well, because nobody can sing as high as Daryl Hall. Borsonvin says, I personally tasted Kopi Luwak near Jakarta, and boy does coffee taste better after it got shat by a weasel. I think I remember hearing about that. There's some type of coffee where it's actually the excrement of an animal. Thank you. Borsonvin is not only our resident Frenchman, but our resident international traveler. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this song. Out at night, the lean and hungry type. Nothing is new, I've seen her here before. Watching and waiting, oh, she's sitting with you, but her eyes are on the door. Oh, so many have paid to see what you think you're getting for free. The woman is wild, she can't tamed by the purr of a jaguar. Money's the matter. If you're in it for love, then you ain't gonna get too far. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Can't sing that high. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Next verse. I wouldn't if I were you. I know what she can do. She's deadly, man. She could really rip your world apart. Mind over matter. Oh, the beauty is there, but the beast is in the heart. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Okay, let's cook. Just another picture here that I want to share. Crush with Eyeliner gave us a great pic of the south rim of the Grand Canyon. Let's all behold that for a second. It's a beautiful place. If you haven't been to the Grand Canyon, it really is something that when you get out of your car in the parking lot and you walk up to it, you really just say to yourself, holy fucking shit, what am I looking at right now? Is this fucking even real? And you realize you're just completely swearing while there's families with, little children around you, but you're like, I don't give a fuck. This is fucking amazing. How do you not swear when you see beauty this hardcore? So it's just something to think about. I'm going to put the guitar away. All right, everybody. We've got work to do. Here we go. Uh-oh. Nobody's supposed to see this toaster. Okay, I think we're doing okay. Let me just try something here. Oh, cool. So weird. All right, we'll be playing around with this a little bit later. But right now we've got work to do. Quanto says reverbicin. Reverbicin. Reverb is on. Oh, yeah. Reverb is on. I left the reverb on, and Quanto, of course, our VIP technical advisor, is letting us know in code so that no one else knows what's happening there. Shrugsley says Grand Canyon postcards should add, holy fucking shit, it's so beautiful. They really should, in order to capture the majesty of it. Big Nesky says, Henry, can you show us how to reheat our coffee? I keep burning it. Yeah, you want to do it in the microwave, but you want to do it in 1 second intervals. And you want to sip it after every second to see if it's ready. Okay. Fitchin' Hat says, hey Henry, do you have a bidet? I highly recommend one if not. No, I'm not really into hats because I feel like they take away a lot of our cranial energy. But if you recommend it, I might look into it. Okay. So let's get to work. I want everybody to go to computer. How much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Of course. So let's go ahead and set a timer now for computer. Set timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Okay. I went to a smorgasbord. It was a breakfast smorgasbord. So they specialized in breakfast type things. I was not invited. I actually happened to be going into a fancy hotel lobby so that I could ask if they had a restroom that I could use. But I noticed they had a huge spread of food, and there were a lot of people that were well dressed in business attire taking part in the food. And so I figured I'd go and get a plate and get myself some breakfast. Well, at one point, somebody with a name tag came up and asked who I was and whether I worked for the company, which I think was called Capgemini. And thinking quickly, because I didn't want to get kicked out and I was very hungry, I said, yeah, I do work. And they said, well, what department are you in? And I said, I work in Bill's department, because I was thinking maybe they could think that I'm saying billing, but also if there's a guy named Bill, they might know Bill. And either way, it worked. They said, okay, well, welcome. And so I took all the stuff and I actually put it in a little plastic to-go container and got the hell out of here. Got the hell out of there, and I have it now. So this is it. This is my to-go container of all the food that I got from that breakfast smorgasbord. I'm not sure if it's a smorgasbord officially. I guess you could also call it a buffet, but I use the terms interchangeably. I know they're probably not. But this is the equipment we're going to be using. This is going to be a air fryer. That's going to serve as our oven. And then we've got our infrared hot plate, which is also going to have a skillet on top of it, a couple of various utensils, and of course our leftover foods. So why don't we start by going, I want everybody to turn to wikihow.com/reheat-frozen-or-chilled-food #:text equals heat %20 liquids %20 and %20 saucy, and it just kind of goes from there. But I want everybody to go to this website so that we can look at it together. Let's scroll up to the top of it. If you can't find it that way, just look up in Google or whatever your search engine is, WikiHow reheat frozen or chilled food, and it should take you there. Or maybe we can post a link in the chat. That's fine too. Okay. JSBX fan says, took me to something questionable. Yeah, you got to be careful. hotandsaucy.com. Oh, shit. Seeing some... everyone type Forsen says, hey, Henry, I noticed the air fryer has a QR code. Be careful with that, as someone in chat could hack it and overcook your food. Oh, really? So you can control this thing remotely. I didn't realize that. That's terrifying. Big Nesky says, I think I'm on the dark web and just made a hit on my dog. Oh, no. Okay. Let's all be careful out there. All right. So if you're at the top of the page on WikiHow, it says how to reheat frozen or chilled food. Remember, chilled food is food that's been chilling for a while. Eating up leftovers is a great way to have a tasty meal without having to put a lot of effort into cooking. The key to hot and flavorful leftovers is to reheat the food in the same manner that it was originally cooked, whether it was baked, fried, roasted, steamed, or some other cooking method. To avoid foodborne illnesses, always reheat leftovers to a temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to have a thermometer for this. Hopefully it still works. 165 degrees Fahrenheit, regardless of the reheating method. Okay, so you want to make sure this stuff is... You're better off overcooking it than undercooking it. So let's talk about method number one, using the stovetop. As I've told you before, I have something called an infrared stovetop that we're going to use. I have a regular stovetop too, but I use this because it's easier for demonstration purposes. I've already got some kind of nasty stuff in here. I don't know what that is. But don't worry, it's going to get hot and it's going to kill whatever items are in there. This is where we're going to heat our liquids, saucy foods. You know what we should probably start by doing is let's see what the food is that we've got to work with here. I'm going to move all this shit sort of out of the way. And let's get a big plate. Don't have a plate. All right. I'm running out of room already. Okay, it looks like we have a piece of sausage. We also have a biscuit smothered in sausage gravy. This was part of a French toast variation type thing. This, of course, is a blueberry pancake. Oh, this was delicious. This is a chicken fried steak. Got a couple of those. And finally, no breakfast that you stole would be complete without our eggs. Okay, so we have the breakfast of champions here. Very, very special thanks to the Hilton Hotel down in Anaheim near the convention center. So what we want to do here is we want to learn how to reheat each individual thing according to the best method. So heat liquids and saucy foods in a saucepan. We don't really have any saucy foods. We have eggs. We do have sausage gravy, but it's so affixed to our biscuit that I don't really think that that's going to count. I'd have to scrape it off and put it in. That sounds like a pain in the ass. Pan fry rice and noodles. We don't have any rice and noodles, so we'll skip that as well. Reheat grains with extra water. So that's going to be similar to, I guess our biscuit is sort of a grain. Crisp up slices in a skillet. Turning on the oven for a slice of pizza is a waste of energy. You can actually get a crispier crust by pan frying. Heat a dry cast iron pan or skillet over medium heat. Add the pizza. We don't have pizza, but okay, so let's go ahead and start with our biscuit. I'm going to take my biscuit and I'm just going to, well, let's go ahead and turn this on. And doesn't say, it says 3 or 4 minutes, but it doesn't say how hot. But we probably want to add a little bit of oil. Sorry, everybody. I've got a very, very heavy thing of oil here. Uh-oh. My cat roast beef is getting up. Let's turn this on. Let's add in just a little bit of oil. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a capful. I think I've told you before, all caps, regardless of what country you're in or what kind of food it is, all caps contain 1 tablespoon, so you can pour any fluids into that. That's a little food hack for you. And I'm going to keep my oil on standby, but let's heat this oil a little bit. And we will apply our biscuit with the sausage gravy, and this would be a good time to see if there's any other foods that could benefit from this type of heating. Well, I guess we could probably put our sausage on there. And maybe our chicken fried steak as well. But there we go. The other stuff, I think I'm probably going to do the eggs in the microwave, and I'm going to do this in the air fryer. So I know you guys have questions. It's getting complicated, and I'm going very fast. I don't want anybody to feel left behind. Obviously, I've been doing this a very, very long time, so I tend to move through kind of quickly. So let me check in. Munch Hotel says, can I substitute a McMuffin for all of this? Yeah, if you're made of money, you can go to McDonald's and just get a McMuffin, and that way you skip all of this. Mochi's Nirvana says that's 3 ways to reheat: the infrared, the microwave, and the air fryer. What's 4 and 5? Yes, excellent question. Mochi's Nirvana, one of our 2 VIP users here on the platform. I have to apologize. I put in the Discord that there were going to be 5 ways to reheat your leftovers. I didn't realize that an air fryer is also serving the purpose of an oven. I thought we would do the oven and the air fryer, but apparently the air fryer is just an oven. So that already consolidates 2 of them. And the other way to reheat it is just to eat it cold. And it's debatable in terms of whether that would be a way or not. It's a little bit like if you have a blender and it's got 7 speeds, but one of the speed is off. Is that really a speed? And that was kind of a scam that they did back in the 80s. Hold on, I'm going to put the camera on roast beef so we can increase the view count. Roast beef is actually currently using the restroom, which is probably going to be more interesting than whatever we're doing over here. But we'll give him a little bit of privacy. But when he comes out, if we're lucky, he'll do his tribal scream. Wow, we're getting a lot of sizzling happening here. Might be time to go ahead and just stir this around. I'm not going to flip it just yet, but I'm going to stir it around. It's occurring to me that I may have used too much of this grease. Oh, here we go. Oh. Sometimes when he gets out of the restroom, he tries to think about what his next location is going to be. And it looks like right now he's having a little bit of difficulty. Okay, now he's scratching himself. Not much going on the roast beef front. But I know you guys have questions. Let's see if we have any alerts. Everyone typed force and says, can I sit on my meat to heat it? I would imagine. Yeah. So, boy, this is really cooking faster than I thought it was going to. I think I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Computer, stop timer. Okay, I'm going to turn this heat down. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put a lid on it, which is something that a lot of lesser chefs forget to do. That's actually probably not ideal. Roast beef is just a little out of frame there, but still sitting there doing nothing. I don't know if I have a lid, guys. Here's a bigger one. Yeah, we'll put this lid over that. That's actually perfect. And let's start working. How are we doing on time? Okay, it's going to be time to show our ad. Pancake King, who seems to be an authority on pancakes, says in a survival situation you can also heat pancakes by putting them between two naked bodies. It sounds weird to me, but if you're the Pancake King, you probably know about this. Dear Fearless Fear says, can I feed this to my pet goldfish? Yeah, sure. I mean, I think. I don't really know what their eating habits are, but I imagine if it's a goldfish, it's probably going to eat whatever you put in front of it, and I think they're called bottom feeders, no? I don't want to insult anybody's goldfish. Okay. Everyone Type Forson says, Dazzlecat would like to know how they got the chicken to fry the steak. No, it's called chicken fried steak, meaning that it's fried steak. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's fried by a chicken, or a chicken like something or other. I'm not really sure how that works. So, okay. Either way, it's time to go ahead and show an ad as part of our ongoing commitment to work with Twitch on their terms. We're going to show an ad, and it's going to be good, hopefully. But we'll be back in exactly 3 minutes. Now, if you're a subscriber, you won't see the ad. We're going to still stay here and hang out. But here we go. Dazzlecat says, are the chickens compensated for their time? I'm very concerned about chicken well-being. Yeah, so it sounds like you're an animal activist. I am as well. I can only imagine that the chickens are being treated fairly, but I do know that that does vary from state to state. Okay. What I'm going to do now... Well, we have to wait for the non-subs to come back. So we're going to just sort of chill for a second. Lucy Rectum says chicken's getting paid more than me, probably. Yeah. Vulcan3232 says, I don't see an ad. I feel scammed. Well, it should be the other way around. Whoa! Eat at Dads just rated us with 30 viewers. Thank you, Eat at Dads. Very, very kind of you to do a raid for us. Let's bring everybody up to speed here. We are Henry's Kitchen. We're teaching everybody how to get to reheat their leftovers. Yesterday I was in a hotel room or in a hotel lobby, and I saw that there was a buffet spread, and so I put a lot of it into a container. It turns out I wasn't supposed to be there, but I brought it home. And now we're reheating it. We've taken a couple of the fried items and we've put them in a skillet on top of an infrared stove. And now we're about to use the air fryer and we're going to use the microwave. And among those three things, we're going to have a pretty killer breakfast. If you want to see what the breakfast is going to look like when we're done, it's going to be a little like this. Or maybe that's what it looked like before. This is from wikihow.com/how to reheat frozen or chilled foods. Master Cookie the Third says, does anyone know what's the best way to get QI beans in Stardew Valley? I need 500. I'm not sure what that is. Key beans? Okay, we've got 30 seconds left of the ad, and then we're gonna be back to business here. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. Let me get the camera on my cat roast beef. Five, four, three, two, one, boom. Okay. My cat roast beef has had a bowel movement and is now back on the couch enjoying a nice nap. And all is right with the world. JSBX fan says, does roast beef ever use the same blanket twice? Not within 1 week. Caffey just resubscribed for 22 months. Thank you, Caffey. Let's see if we have some alerts here. Munch Hotel cheered 200 bits. Says, Henry, do you know if you can reheat Bofa? Bofa. I'm not familiar with Bofa. What's Bofa? And thanks again, Eat It Dads, for rating our channel. Space 20021 says, Bofa D's nuts. Ah, yeah. And okay, so it looks like I've been the subject of some kind of prank. I want to, for anybody who's taking the lesson seriously here, there is no such thing as Bofa. It seems that I was the object of some kind of ridicule there. Which, you know, I don't mind a little bit of harmless fun while we're trying to do the, what's the word I'm looking for? The reverent topic of cooking. But let's try to keep it at least up to a mature level here. Okay. So I think this is cooking pretty well. Let's go ahead and see where we're at with it. I'm going to need to get a thermometer. Here's a meat thermometer. Let's try our sausage. Can you guys see this? It's getting there. Oh yeah, no, I think the sausage is just about ready. I'm just gonna flip it. And I'm gonna flip our chicken fried steak as well. Not coming easy. And I'm pretty sure our biscuit is okay here. Alright, so I think I'm going to put the lid on that, and I'm going to turn this into the off position, but it's still going to cook a little bit. And now we're going to move over to our air fryer. And this is what's called the chamber. And if you're using an air fryer like the one I have, it should be elevated about 4 inches from the floor of the chamber. And we're going to keep this thing handy. And for the air fryer, I'm going to take our crispy foods. This is going to be like your pizza crusts, your toast, or whatever, things that you want crispy. I have a blueberry pancake, as well as a piece of a variation of French toast. It was like a French toast bun type of a situation. And I've got a couple more crumbs of chicken fried steak stuff here that I'm going to put in here. Put that back on. And I'm going to put this on. Let's go ahead and do, we got to plug it in. Hold on a second. The cord is too short. Ow, that's hot. But the cord is too fucking short. So I have to pull it over here. I don't know why they give you such a short cord, but it's kind of annoying. Okay, now I've got a dangerous situation where this is draped over the top of something very hot. So I'm sorry, everybody. I've got a little bit of stuff to deal with here. Maybe this would be a good time to watch one of our videos. We've got a little bit of a snippet of an Elvis song that we've shown in the past. It's not the best video, but it's something. Okay, so I've plugged in our air fryer, and now we're just going to put it on. I'm just going to put the power on. It's already set to 375 degrees, 15 minutes, so let's go ahead and push start. Start is the same as on and off. And that leaves me with just a plate of eggs. Well, I'm sure you know how to reheat eggs. We're simply just going to put them in the microwave. I'll put them on for a quick 30. And we're getting real close to having some pretty good breakfast here. Let's see if anybody has any questions. Saguaro Ooh says, still wondering if you can just use a hair dryer instead. I suppose you could heat with a hair dryer. What is that noise? It sounds weird. I'm going to flip the eggs. It's making sort of a sound. It sounds like tin foil being microwaved, but it's not. No, I hope I don't need a new microwave. This one should be awesome. Master Cookie the Third says, I have a question. What's a good name for an ostrich? Maybe we could pick one of the names of one of the users here, like Joe Zeno. That would be a good name. Joe Zeno asks, soinkle some water on gem eggs to make them less dry. Oh, good call. Yeah, a little bit of water. Let me see how this is going. You know what? It's fine. I think we're good on eggs. I'm just going to flip it. I'm going to do like another 5 seconds or something. Okay. I think we're ready. We're ready to start assembling, everybody. Let's get organized here. I'm going to take our Poop 27 just resubscribed for 22 months. Thank you, Poop. Let's move this thing out of the way. Get our stove out. We're going to allow our French toast and pancake to cook for a little while, but right now what we're going to start doing is we're going to start plating. So we've got eggs that are fairly hot. I think they're good. Oh yeah, the eggs are plenty cooked. Let's add some of our fried food here. Biscuit and gravy, along with our chicken fried steak. This was a very, very elaborate little meal that somebody put together. We are almost there. We just need our crispy stuff. This This is going to be the breakfast of champions. Roast beef can't wait, that's for damn sure. I haven't really seen him this excited about a dish in quite some time. I think he's probably enjoying, maybe the smell of it is sort of getting him all excited. I think we're ready here. Let's take a look at our pancake. Oh yeah, that's completely hot. That's very hot. So I did 5 minutes if anybody wants to know. And our French toast. Whoo! That's hot. Let's turn that off. Okay, everybody. It's actually, we're there. This needs to cool down because it's very, very hot. But that's okay. I'm going to turn off this thing. It's served us well. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to take a little moment here and I'm going to sing the thank you song. Because, as I've said many times before, to be able to do what we've done here to the scale, the production value of what we have with green screen technology, I mean, if you look at, whoops, we can literally make it snow in the kitchen through the magic of green screen technology. So that kind of thing doesn't just happen. It requires folks tirelessly running the Discord, taking suggestions, people submitting their photos, VIP technical advisors and content advisors like Mochi's Nirvana and Quanto and all the fantastic moderators that we've had over the years and continue to have. And not only them, but also the big streamers, and like streamers like, for example, Eat It Dads rated our channel with 30 viewers. Thank you for that. I'll tell you how many followers we have. 44,707 followers. And I'm very happy with that. And we have 301 viewers. I suspect that number has gone up because we showed a little bit of roast beef footage. But I want to sing a song to thank everybody for all of that. Let's turn on the reverb. Check. Help. 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 By the way, I don't actually need help. That's every musician knows that help is the best word to use when you're testing a microphone because it uses the soft H sound as well as the hard P plosive sound, so you get the full dynamic range tested. If you can hear both syllables or both sounds, then you know you're doing well. So let me make sure here. We've got reverb, we've got sound. Everything seems to be going okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do this song. Why don't we do to the tune of Holy Guacamole by Jose Suicidio.
Oh, hi.
Anonymous gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Amazing. Thank you, Anonymous. And that's going to bring us, if I'm not mistaken, it brings us to 597 subscribers. That's fantastic. Thank you for that. And Anonymous also gifted a tier 1 sub to Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. Thank you for that, Anonymous. And also, we not only like the work that Anonymous does in terms of hacking, sort of a modern day Robin Hood, if you will, hacking evil heads of governments and corporations in order to bring social justice, but also Anonymous wrote the song Greensleeves all the way back during the Renaissance era. And you can fact check that if you want. Gayfish69 says, I'll hold you close if you know what I mean. Yeah, I think that's exactly what he means. So let's go ahead and without further ado here, let's go ahead and do to the tune of Holy Guacamole by Jose Suicidio, a thank you to all the friends of Henry's Kitchen. Forcan and Dingo Bob, Dom Beef Hot Bear 1110, Do Dingle Dog Ogle, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, Shane Yes Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, It's Cake, Kairosa, Daisy Blossom Surdoon, Bumble Vision, ELGX, Pilskman, Melon 95, Force and Moon, XQC and Amaru, S-Band and Bonnie. Don't forget Mochi's Nirvana, Dazzle Cat, Blurry Quest, and Blurry Little Quest, Borsenvin, and Quanto. Archmage Kale, Mochi's Nirvana, Sickly Boy, High 134, Chi, SCD Test, Moa Melody, E-Lake _ Sexy Daddy 420. Everyone Type Force and Nova Glarian Tankard and Borson Vanilla with JV's Tech. Clap Your Head, Gary Busey, SMR, Zodiac Tone. Beelzebub, Handlips 1, Computer Please Fart for Me, Burrito 5555. Piss Baby, Purple Donut Filling His Fruit, Parasitosis, Saguaro Uzodbane, Zodbane, Toke My Nuts, Game Master Flash. Ransom GR, Icy J Frog, Freezy Frog, Pancake King 2, Pat Food Taste Tester, Passion Error, Johnny Pump 22, The Chironex, Dennis or Nico Tazo, Henry Philippopoulos, Shandis 2, Gay Fish 69. Computer Held Maros _ Nella Wallen, JSBX Fan, Midnight Faded, Michael Bublé 4422. Don't forget Bill Larkin Music, and also Edith Dads, thank you for the raid. Friends like the Toily and Chef Reactions, and don't forget Quanto. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I think it's time to eat. We all know that Julius Caesar, upon his decisive victory at Pontus, proclaimed, I conquered, I fought, I came, in reverse order. But we are basically doing the same thing here at Henry's Kitchen. First, I want to say here, we have Anonymous gifted $4.20. Thank you so much, Anonymous. And Hentai Gaming 1 has resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you, Hentai Gaming 1. Time does fly indeed. But I was going to say, in sort of a variation on the Julius Caesar quote, oh, Craftonia is right. The reverbicin. Reverb is on. Check. Now the reverb is off. It's in the off position. But we plated, we reheated, we came. Or in the other order. We came, we reheated, and we plated. Life in the Red Kim has just subscribed. Thank you very much, Life in the Red. And let's just see where we're at with it. 603 subscribers. This is amazing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. JSBX fan says a reheated meal fit for a king. Yep. And stolen from a hotel lobby where they were clearly having some kind of corporate buffet situation. I'm going to start with the eggs. Plenty good. Let's go to the sausage, because that's always the one that's hard to get the middle of it. It's reheated. I'm going to try the chicken fried steak. Still no idea why it's called chicken fried steak. Reheated and delicious. All right, this one I'm a little cynical, but let's see how the biscuit with sausage gravy turned out. It holds up. All right, there's no way that the pancake is going to come out good. I mean, we put it in the air fryer. It seems too easy. This is a blueberry pancake. Delicious. All right. Borsenvin, I'm with you. Borsenvin says, I'm anxious about the French pastry thing. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that this possibly could have come out as delicious as it was when it was originally cooked. Let's take a look. I'm wrong. That might be the best of all of them. Murphy _ says, Yo, Handri, greetings from Amsterdam. Watching your cooking show always makes me hungry after smoking some blunts. Very nice to hear. Thank you, Murphy _ Is that an Irish name? Very, very happy to hear that. And Caffeinated Kath, who watches from work, says, Henry, what is your favorite breakfast food? Here at the office, we make cereal and oatmeal with pressed coffee. Ooh, that sounds delicious. You mean French press coffee? That's unbelievable. That's fantastic. I would include that as probably my favorite breakfast food, but I think my favorite breakfast food of late might be French toast, or at least the variation. I don't know who the chef was who made this food because I stole it, but I will say that this thing is freaking delicious. So, you know. You spend your middle-aged years becoming a cooking explainer and a professional YouTube chef, and it turns out the best meal that you've ever made was stealing food from a hotel lobby and then reheating it in front of your students. Life is weird. We also have a What the Duck cheered 69 bits. Thank you. And says, nice work today, Henry. I was skeptical when I saw the stream title, but you flipped my expectations upside down just like the painting in the back. Oh, you're right. The painting here is upside down. Let's fix that. There you have it, everybody. We did it. We made breakfast. And if you want to see what we were going for, sort of, I mean, this is what it started like. It's like Drake says, started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from there, and now we're at this. Not too shabby. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. I mean, I could have, but then there'd be nobody watching. Mochi's Nirvana says, Pancake King gave their seal of approval on the pancake. Awesome to hear. I think this was another Henry's Kitchen success. Oh, it definitely was. And I want to thank wikihow.com /reheat hyphen frozen hyphen or hyphen chilled hyphen food #:tilde : text equals heat %20 liquids %20 and %20 saucy percent 20 foods. It really goes on for a long time. Saucepan, turn percent 20, the heat, medium, depending. Wow, it's got all the words with percentage signs in the middle of it. But yeah, fuck them. That's too long of a website to be able to shout out easily. But anyway, yeah, thanks to WikiHow, and also thanks to you, the users here at Henry's Kitchen. And maybe this would be a fun time to do a little bit of a raid, shall we? Let's see what's happening here. Let's see which one of our friends are streaming. Is Husky Boyo? Yeah, okay. Husky Boyo is my friend who makes incredible art, listens to music there in Nashville, Tennessee, drinks beer, and is just a great guy to hang out with. So let's go ahead and raid Mr. Husky Boyo this Wednesday. And I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. And thank you, GSBX fan. Thanks everybody who submitted a song and fan art. Thanks Masia, and thanks to all the moderators. It's Kate. Thank you so much for what you do, and also thanks to the folks who sent in pictures for the green screen. I just really appreciate it. Thank you, Nella. Oh yeah, Nella Wallen has set up a Instagram for Henry's Kitchen, and I think it's called, what is it called? Henry's Kitchen. What did you guys finally wind up going with on that? If we could get a link or whatever. Oh, Instagram.com/Henry's Kitchen Official. Awesome. Okay, so it's Henry's Kitchen Official. Okay, everybody, thanks. We're going to go ahead and raid Husky Boyo. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raid. Thanks, everybody.